Good morning, YouTube. Hope everyone is having a great day. My name is Parsa, and I am a rising M2. I have about 3 weeks left between my M1 and M2 years. And I am going to take you guys along with me in a day of my life as a med student in their M1 summer.
All right, so this morning we are in the apartment gym. Pretty small, but does the job. Doing a little bit of cardio right now, just with med school being kind of slow. I have a lot of time to pursue other goals, pursue other things, and to challenge myself in different ways. And one of the ways I do that is running and playing soccer and becoming a better runner to be better at soccer. Hit about 15 minutes on the tread, gonna do 15 minutes on the bike just to make sure I hit 30 minutes of some low intensity cardio. And then we're gonna go up and continue the day. So as I kind of alluded to there, so I'm in my M1 summer and I have a lot of time on my hands. And I think sometimes it's really important to recognize when you are burnt out and tired and take that time to relax as a med student, because you don't get too many opportunities to relax. However, at the same time, I think for me, it's important to keep yourself sharp and keep yourself challenged in some capacity. And so that's why the past few weeks, especially, I have been ramping up these different types of trainings. I'm sure you guys know from Instagram, TikTok, all those kinds of things, I lift. That's kind of my predominant sport, predominant kind of physical activity over the past 6-7 years, with a little bit of soccer sprinkled in there, just playing on adult league teams and intramural teams in college and stuff. But yeah, I'm really enjoying throwing some cardio back into the mix, getting better conditioning, feeling a lot better when I get on the field, a lot better. And even my recovery in the gym is a lot better now. So I just think for me, I need to be challenged to do something at all times. And when I'm not challenged for a while, I become idle. And that's kind of one of the things that I just never want to be, especially in this period of life where I'm expected to be performing at a very high level in everything I do. So this is just my way of making sure I'm staying sharp, staying focused, staying the course really. So physical fitness is a big goal of mine this summer while I've had the extra time. And hopefully the habits that I've built over the summer will translate well into the school year. I can continue to be super physically fit, continue with that all with my academics in mind. So yeah, we're just gonna continue pedaling through, and I'll join up with you for breakfast. Okay, you want your snack? Free. There you are, Bubba. Good boy.
Rule number 1 of content creation is make sure your camera is charged before you start recording. Rule number 2 is always use your iPhone as backup. No, it's really not. I have no idea what I'm saying. Anyways, we're about to start doing some studying. Now, people kind of have different thoughts about studying during M1 summer. It's you either should absolutely start studying 4-step. Some people are you should absolutely not start studying. You have plenty of time to study during, your last year of pre-clin. Me, I'm yeah, let me do a little bit of studying, but also let me take my time and chill. M1 year was a big year with a lot. It was a big learning curve and it took a lot out of me, right? And I think it does for most people. But at the same time, it's I feel I need to maintain at least some of the habits that I've built up over the first year of med school. And just doing a little bit of work every day is, I guess, some way of me feeling I'm not just forgetting everything that I've worked so hard to already learn before. Besides doing work, in which school work is basically just me doing a couple hundred Anki cards during the day. I'm also on a couple of research projects and I'm gonna be working on those projects today as well, because I want to work towards ortho. That's at least what I'm kind of tentatively working towards, and in my meetings with all the residents and people who have been like mentoring me, they're kind of like, you at least want to have some publications, and they've been really great about giving me projects to work on. So, just making sure I take that time and just pump out some of these papers, do some of the groundwork that's needed, the statistical analysis, all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're going to be working on here, and that'll be a few hours of work before we probably get ready to go to the gym. Alright, so just did some Anki, about an hour of work, got around 300 cards done, so not too shabby, honestly. We'll take that. Anyways, I'm gonna take a little break here because I am waiting to hop on the research server to be able to conduct like some of my statistical analysis. So I'm gonna go to the gym while we wait for availability for that. But we got a protein shake here and a blueberry muffin as my pre-workout meal. I usually, even in the middle of the school year, will like break up my day. So like I'll study in the morning, go to the gym, study in the afternoon, and it's kind of just like how I break up my day pretty well. Today we have back and biceps on the agenda, which I'm excited about. I do love training back. I'm trying to bring up my arms, so I'm training both my triceps and biceps twice a week. And I do a little bit of shoulders right now, like almost every workout. Like I have my own shoulder day, and I do a little bit of shoulders on chest and back days. So hitting shoulders like 3 times a week right now, which is pretty fire. Gonna be blowing up the delts. We got the queen over here as well. She's coming to the gym as well, I think.
Nice camera.
Thank you. It's not where I got it from. This is her old vlogging camera, if you guys.
It's pretty valid. A lot of people use that camera.
It's a good vlogging camera,
It's a
honestly.
great camera.
The fact that it's like you got like the mirrorless kind of
It's
thing.
a really great camera.
Pretty great.
He's starting off with some good equipment.
That's what I'm saying. What are you hitting today?
Probably shoulders.
Shoulders.
I had legs yesterday.
Gonna get huge. Gonna get boulder shoulders.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Anyways, up close view of the blueberry muffin. I love a blueberry muffin. What's like your go-to muffin flavor?
Definitely blueberry.
Yeah, blueberry's elite.
Definitely blueberry.
Comment down below your favorite muffin flavor. Hello!
Hello!
Anyways, we're back about 2 hours since I last saw you guys. The boss lady had a call, and the call was running late to start with. So, we're on the way to the gym. I am passenger princess today. It's kind of nice, honestly. I like to not have to drive all the time. Also, we're in her car, and she likes driving her own car sometimes, so.
I like my car.
Yeah, it's a beautiful car. Yeah, we're gonna go train. I have pull today. She has shoulders. Anyways, so I talk about this a lot on TikTok, but my sessions are very much high intensity and lower volumes. So my lower volumes is like, we'll have like somewhere between 5 to 7 movements. So not a crazy amount. It'll usually be like on like a pull day, for example, it'll be like 4 back movements, 1 rear delts, and 2 biceps or something like that. So like pretty moderate, and then each movement has like 2 to 3 sets depending on what it is. So like my heavier movements might have like 3 sets, and then lighter ones might have like 2 sets, but like those sets are like pretty, high rep and taken to failure or passed with some like modifiers, intensifiers. And realistically, like on my upper body days, I'm able to get a workout in like 45 minutes to an hour if I'm like really like on it with rest times and things like that. I'm not like dilly-dallying. So like that's kind of like one of the things I do to like maximize my efficiency and maximize my sessions when I'm as busy as I am during the school year. Right now, obviously I have a lot more flexibility with my scheduling and my time, so I can take my time a little bit more, take a little bit more rest times. I can dilly-dally right now, and dilly-dallying is sometimes fun. That's part of the fun of training, is like having like your social groups and that little community. So if I see like a buddy at the gym, I'll like yap with them for a little bit. What'd you just call me?
A double protein shake, you know?
And why?
Okay, I put out on my story a picture of Parsa, and I said tag yourself, and I was saying I'm the dead rose in the flower because I'm just dead right now. But I was like, he's a double protein shake because he's thick. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Oh. The key to growing a big juicy back is nice, slow, controlled movements. Too many times I see people like whipping their rows. You gotta let it go slow on the way down and really squeeze your back to grow that upper back. So typically the way I structure my back workouts is I have 2 like horizontal rows and 2 vertical. So today, chest supported row, and later I'm gonna do a cable close grip row. For the horizontal, for vertical, we had lat pullovers and we're gonna do some wide grip lat pull downs. Basic structure, but it works and it's effective. And we are home from the gym. We've been back for about an hour and a half or so, and I've basically been grinding on some research. One of the big parts of the project I'm involved in, hey George, I'm involved in like the stats side of the project, and basically I'm doing a lot of like coding to get the stats up, and so I'm like creating so many lines of code right now to run the project because chat isn't very good at helping me on this. So chat, let's get it together, okay? No, but honestly, like I feel like I'm starting to find a balance between like my studying and my extra kind of curriculars, you know, when it comes to like research and things like that. I think the summer's been really nice for helping me to establish like good, like, hey, I'll take this much time to dedicate towards studying, this much time to dedicate towards research. And obviously that will change as I get into my like second year and my like actual classes and labs and things like that. But for the time being, I'm really enjoying kind of working on the research and helping in whatever way I can. Here's the fam. Miss Georgia, Miss Queen is done with work.
Yay!
And Mr. Alfie is getting to work. He's just licking all of us, which is his work. It's his job, apparently. He's gotta work.
Georgia sandwich.
Georgia sandwich. But yeah, so we're gonna grind this for a little bit longer. I'm gonna try to. The goal is that I have my like script done by the end of tonight, but we'll see if that actually comes to fruition. I'm getting there. But yeah, I think that if you're a med student and you want to, there are certain specialties obviously that require more research than others, and it just kind of depends on what you're going into. I think research is great to get involved in, but also if you're not passionate about research, like don't do things that you're not passionate about. Like always stay true to yourself, stay true to your interests, and it'll make the entire process a lot more enjoyable throughout medical school. And that's what it comes down to, is just making sure that whatever you do is within your best interests for your career, right? Okay, so a lot of time has passed since we last spoke. I think it was like 6:30 then, now it's like 8:30 almost. Just been grinding research, and honestly, that's just kind of what, medical school is. It is a grind. But at the end of the day, it is a grind in pursuit of something greater for yourself and for society. And I think one thing that I always kind of have enjoyed about medical school is that it is hard, and it is something that pushes you in a very different way. I'm always surrounded by a lot of people who do very hard stuff. My girlfriend and a lot of my friends are bodybuilders. I have friends who are college athletes at very high levels. My parents, they were immigrants who came here to the United States with nothing and started their lives and built up a life that has been very fortunate for me, I have to say. And, I think that everyone has to pursue hard in life in different points through different avenues, whatever the avenue is. You should pursue hard because it challenges you and forces you to become a better version of yourself in any capacity. And I think that by studying medicine and pushing myself to understand the human body and, pushing myself and challenging myself to be someone who cares for other people's and their lives, it's that kind of challenge and that hard that's extremely rewarding for me. And who knows if I will this will certainly not be the only hard that I pursue in life. This morning I kind of alluded to the fact that I am doing more running, challenging myself to do be fit in different components. And who knows, maybe I will do a bodybuilding show one day, maybe I'll train for a marathon. I don't know, but right now, obviously I'm just finding my heart and trying to challenge myself in whatever way possible. And medicine and trying to become the kind of doctor and the kind of healthcare provider that I want to be for people in the future is my way of pursuing hard. So all of that to say, if you are pursuing a career in medicine, if you are a med student right now, if you are choosing to be a medical student, know that it is extremely hard, but that you are choosing this path to grow and become the best version of yourself. And so don't shirk away from the challenge. Don't be scared of the hard. Embrace it, and you're going to kill it. With that, I think I'm going to call this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this was like a decent indicator of how I spend my day as a medical student in my M1 summer. Let me know what else you guys want to see, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good night.